Why do some people build real wealth, while others work hard, save when they can, but still can't get ahead? Is it luck, hard work, connections? I wanted real answers, not the same recycled advice. So I did something extreme. For 30 straight days, I studied 5 self-made millionaires. Mark Tilbury, Dave Ramsey, Stephan, Jaspreet Singh, and Dan Martell, who went from being broke in his early 20s to building a $100 million empire. I took notes. I mapped every pattern. I obsessed. And here's what I found. There are 3 psychological traps that show up again and again in people stuck in the same financial cycle. I actually realized I was making all 3. And if you've ever said, I know what to do, but I just don't do it, then this video is for you. Let's get into it. Trap number 1, the habit loop. You keep doing the same things knowing they don't work, but you just can't stop. Here's why. Your broke habits aren't random. They're working, just not the way you think. When Dan Martell was broke at 24, he wasn't just bad with money. His spending was solving emotional problems. Stressed, buy something. Lonely, dinner with friends, feeling like a failure, new clothes to look successful. Your brain doesn't care about your bank account. It only cares, did the feeling go away? That's why just stop spending never works. You're fighting emotion with logic, and emotion always wins. Dave Ramsey calls this behavior modification. But here's the truth. You can't remove a habit that solves a real problem. You can only replace it. So instead of saying, I won't buy coffee, try this. When I crave Starbucks, I transfer $5 to savings first. Same trigger, same reward. But now the habit grows your wealth instead of draining it. You're not quitting the habit, you're upgrading it. Trap number 2, the income trap. You've heard of lifestyle inflation, but here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not greed, it's exhaustion. You've been saying no for months, maybe years. Can I afford this? Should I buy the cheaper one? Is this worth it? Every decision drains energy. This is decision fatigue, and it's silent, brutal, real. So when you finally get a raise, you don't upgrade because you're greedy, you upgrade because you're tired. Better coffee, a nicer apartment, a car that doesn't feel like a compromise. It's not inflation, it feels like recovery. And that's the trap. Most people don't stay broke buying Lamborghinis. They stay broke buying comfort, convenience, small luxuries that make life feel easier. It looks reasonable, it feels deserved. But here's the reality. Over 60% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency even as wages rise. Why? Because exhaustion beats willpower every time. So the solution isn't discipline, it's design. Build the system before you're drained. Automate your savings. Decide right now, 50% of every raise goes to savings, automatically. Don't rely on willpower when you're tired of being good, because here's the truth. A system works when you don't. Trap number 3, the mindset trap. Mark Tilbury called this the silent wealth killer. It's not your budget, it's your mindset. But here's the truth nobody talks about. A broke mindset isn't really about money, it's about safety. Your subconscious has one job, survival. And survival means familiar. If you grew up around financial stress, arguments, or scarcity, that becomes home. And wealth that feels like danger, because it's unknown. And here's the hardest part. Your friends don't mean to sabotage you. But when you grow, it threatens their normal. So they pull you back. Misery doesn't just love company, it needs it. The real trap isn't negative thoughts. It's that struggle feels like belonging. Being broke ties you to your past, your family, your identity. Wealth feels like betrayal. That's why positive thinking isn't enough. You have to give your nervous system a new definition of safety. Start associating wealth with taking care of people, not leaving them behind. Make building wealth feel like loyalty, like responsibility, like love. Because when your brain stops seeing money as a threat, that's when real change begins. These traps, they're emotional, they're powerful. But here's the good news, each one can be hacked. And you don't need 100 steps to do it. Just 3 simple steps. Step 1. Find your emotional trigger. Next time you want to buy something impulsively, pause. Ask yourself, what feeling am I really trying to buy? Write it down. Then find a free way to get that same feeling. Music, a walk, a call with a friend. Just noticing the pattern breaks its power. Step 2. Automate your future raises. Right now, set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $10 and when you get a raise. Decide in advance. 50% of that extra income goes straight to savings. Don't wait until you're tired. Build the system before temptation hits. Step 3. Rewrite your money story. Grab a notebook. Write down 3 things your family taught you about money. For example, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Now write the opposite. Money flows to me easily. I use wealth to help others. I create abundance. This isn't fluff. It's reprogramming your nervous system. Now, none of this is easy. These patterns run deep, but the millionaires I studied, they didn't escape by winning the lottery. They broke free by outsmarting their own psychology. So if this video was helpful, hit subscribe. And I want to hear from you. Which of the 3 traps are you stuck in right now? Drop it in the comments because if you can name it, you can beat it. And remember, wealth isn't built with lottery tickets. It's built by mastering your mind. One decision, one habit, one moment at a time.